Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf and welcome back to the channel, and I'm sure you probably realize by now I don't sound like a 14-year-old cheerleader. So we are jumping back in here. I'm catching a little bit of the sniffles here about a day or two ago, but I told you guys we would get a review video out of the zoo, so that I think is what we're going to do. Don't worry, I haven't even started on the elephant area or anything yet. I think I'm going to do that today while I'm home. But I just wanted to jump in and give, particularly the new people or anybody that hasn't been able to stay up to date on the series in a while. This is pretty much our December progress here. So this zoo is our unnamed zoo. The zoo actually started out right down here. Kind of started out right around these two rocks. And what I did was, when I first got the game back on November 5th, I built this marketplace here. And I was actually building it over here, and then I'm like, well, you know what? Let me see if I can expand on that a little bit and make like a little Main Street type area. And that is essentially what ended up happening. I kind of started off with a couple more buildings attached to it. Then Paige, one of the Frontier community managers, she come in and asked if I could build a cat type of little cat shop. So that's what I did right there as well across the street. And it just started forming into like a little main entrance area. So then I did the little roundabout here, put that tree in the middle. And that is the rest is history, as they say. So I don't really have a big fancy entrance because, this didn't start out, with that intention. But now I think I'm just gonna leave it because it ends up working out pretty cool. It's just like, the ticket area and all that's kind of implied, but then you make your way into the actual park here. And the first actual exhibit, the first enclosure we did was our saltwater crocodile enclosure. So we've got them out here. They're a gun. His name's a gung. His lagoon kind of just presides over this whole open entrance area. And I thought that was pretty cool. And another thing, too, that we're kind of rolling along with this zoo is each part of the zoo is going to have a little a pass holder area, like a VIP extra area where the staff or the zoologists and all that kind of take you out into these extra little platforms, and they give you like a little extra, you get a little extra tour and feeding and after hours and early hours and stuff like that. So that is that is what is going on right here. If you see these kind of buildings in the different enclosures, those are VIP and pass holder sections. Over here off to the far corner up here of the park so far, I've got some just backstage warehouses, extra pieces, just infrastructure type things back there. Moving over here, this is the bonobo exhibit. So this is their little island, and they got their big tree, and they love climbing around up on this stuff and sleeping up on these little platforms. It's really fun to watch these guys just kind of mess around. There they go. They're excited. He's in there cleaning and giving them food. The bonobos, they love these forage beds. So yeah, that's our little bonobo area. If you circle back around, this is like our nocturnal house. So I made it look like a little cave, kind of back in like a little, like just a little like a little offshoot, kind of off the main little area. And I figured you could have like, really game-wise, you could put exhibit animals in there. But I was thinking it would be cool to have like possums in there, raccoons, bats, stuff like that if we ever get them. So yeah, that is our kind of like our makeshift little nocturnal house. And this is the first plaza that I tried where people can actually come and sit and, just grab a bite to eat, look over the pond. It's a little pond we built kind of wrapping around the back of the nocturnal house. A lot of you guys really liked how that come out, particularly because it's still water, slow moving, so we can have the lily pads and all that. Thought that was cool. We've got a little sculpture with some fountains that overlook the bonobo area. I've got one of those little Jeeps that the people can walk up in, or the kids can walk up in and take a little picture in the Jeep with the fountain and all that in the background. And then if you keep moving out a little farther this way, we've got more infrastructure over there. And we've got a couple little viewing spots right here where you can check on the gharials, but they're mainly to be seen from the riverboat ride we have. So that is kind of their territory here with the boats coming by, and everybody kind of gets to see them in action, if you will, really, really up close. And they love going up on this little island here. Oh no, he's going to run her out of there. But that is really, really cool to sit there and watch those guys. The boats, if you're new, will not hit them. The boats actually stop if they detect that an animal is in front of the track. So you don't have to worry about that. If she would move out there a little further, the boat would stop. So yeah, that's our little gharial, our little wild river ride there. Then, neighbors to the gharial and the orangutan is our greater flamingos. Now, these guys, I definitely had to go in and make sure all of the contraception was on. I started out with like 6 of these guys, and yeah, they do not mess around. They breed very, very quickly. So keep that in mind if you're going to have a little greater flamingo area, because these guys, they do not play around. So yeah, this is their little island and their little shallow pond, their feeding trough over there, and they have to have some shelters and stuff as well, so we got that set up for them. And really, really good little filler enclosure right here. Really, really like how that come out. Moving back over here to the river ride, it kind of houses right on the other side of it the orangutans. So they really they've really thrived pretty well here, even with all the commotion going on with the boats coming through. I've got them a little bridge to cross the water, which they use. They had them a little baby not too long ago. Let's see, can I get a good shot of... Where'd he go? Nope, that's Daddy. Where's that little baby? There he is. He's cute. So they're out there playing around and messing around. And they call the river home as well here. So they've got this, they've kind of got this side of the mountain, and then their feeding platforms and all that are over here on this side, and you can get a good look at them from right here, from these glass, the glass panels. And then once you get towards the end of the riverboat ride, you kind of make your way into the mysterious cave here, the mysterious tunnel. And once you make your way out the other side, you come to like the end, which is like this little fishing village that we did. So they're kind of here to, essentially welcome you back. And, like they're throwing a big celebration for you, because it's like a rite of passage in their village. The story goes, if you make it through the gharials and make it through the winding, the dangerous river, and you make it back, you are a legend. So that's kind of what the whole story behind the little fishing river here is. And then, let's see, moving back this way, what kind of sets adjacent to that area is what was actually the park's second little creatures, is our Indian rhinos. So, yeah, that is their little section. Pro tip, do not try to house Indian rhinos behind glass. If you look at the grade structure, it is not strong enough. They will bust through it. And so, yeah, a lot of people were saying, too, maybe I could get something else in here when we start the East Asian area, and maybe try to find them like a different enclosure. I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see. I kind of like how that whole little area, their little area just fits right here where people can see them from all different sides. This right here is like the little backstage area of the nocturnal house. And then this is the farther area of the Indian rhinoceros here. Get really good looks at them. Then when you make your way, we've got a couple exhibit animals over here, got a bathroom. We've got our park's first restaurant, so Bistro is over here with the Galapagos tortoise. Definitely have them on all contraceptives because they definitely tend to they get down to business as well. So you'll have 1,000 little babies running around here. But we've got like the little offshoot elevated platform up here. So as you're going in to eat, or maybe after you come out to eat, you can kind of move over here off to the side and check on the big tortoises. So came out pretty cool, I think. This is our big like hippo plaza here. We've got some seating and stuff off to the right underneath that tree. Right here, we've got like a little performance stage so the people can come in here and they can do different music shows or exhibits and all that stuff. So that is right there at the base of the hippo enclosure. Got this set of waterfalls right here for them. And this is just like an information house. It's like a transition area that actually takes you out into the hippo enclosure. So this is that essentially. We've got some underwater viewing over here. They can kind of come down into that little grotto and view the hippos underwater. And then, of course, the hippos, they've got their little underwater tunnel here that takes them under the path over here to this side of their exhibit. And definitely have to, if you're new, you do not know the trials and tribulations we went through to make it to where the hippos had enough space. They definitely have enough space now. We were able to push out far enough and give them enough water, enough land. They can come up around this way if they want, and it has worked out pretty good now. But at first, that was definitely a little trying, I'll say. Then the hippos' neighbors across this little hill are our western lowland gorillas. So this is their little island out here, like their little peninsula. I've got the really, really cool womba tree kind of sticking out of the rocks and out of their little rapids and water here. And they love coming up in here and climbing around and, exploring all that stuff. They've got their like forage bed here. Got a ton of little toys for them. And just really kind of dense over here, more rainforest-like. Made sure they have enough shelters and all that. And all of this little stuff they like to mess with. And then we move on over here to our like African village area. So this is like where a lot of trade goes down. We've got our little customs house here where you've got to check in all your valuables and your goods and your food and all that. And yeah, just kind of just like a whole little smorgasbord here of little mysterious shops. We've got the monorail that runs through it. We've got the little flea market area that runs through the middle of the town there. And then that leads you into the African Plains area, essentially. So this out here is like our ungulates. This is our buffalo, our zebra, our sable antelope. They all call this home out here. Little tiny baby out here running around. And really, really fun to watch these guys kind of herd up and mess around. And we've got the black wildebeest out here. And yeah, that is just what ended up turning into a really, really cool area. I think you can get a better view of them kind of coming out here to these little offshoots. The VIP thing in this one is they actually take you out in the little Jeeps. So, yep, that's that part. And then their neighbors are the hyenas. So you can get really up close to them. They're up here taking a nap, and we've got their little den glassed in over here. And they've got a little, kind of like a little cliff with a little tiny pond. And these guys they're jumping and swimming and running around all over the place. They're another little fun species to watch. Their little exhibit, they've got like a little den down underneath the path so they can come out to both sides and you can kind of walk over them and observe them. This is going to be the entrance to our East Asian area. So that's where our tigers will be, our Indian elephants. All of that we'll probably get to here in a week or two. Kind of get all that started. Little shop area off to the right there, and this is just like a little fruit market. A little bit of theming right here as you're kind of walking by and going to be making your way into the East Asian area. So I thought that was pretty cool. The next exhibit over in the African Plains area is our giraffes. Really, really fun putting them down and kind of watching them explore everything. A lot of fun kind of trying to design all the area to this and decide how big we were going to make it. Went through a bunch of different iterations here with like their little barn area that they house them in at night. So that was really, really fun. Kind of got some of their shade platforms out here. Then of course we do have the little natural barrier put up. We still need to do a fence and stuff. So there's a lot of little nitpicky stuff still left, but that is essentially your giraffe, your reticulated giraffe kind of area over here. And what we were saying in a couple episodes ago, I love how it kind of just looks like it's all one big area. See how it looks like they are kind of connected with all of them. And it might even be cool one of these days to maybe go underground right here and make the path go underground and actually connect the two paths. The only thing is I would have to make the monorail taller, or either just do some kind of tunnel connecting the giraffe area with these guys, and so then that would encompass one really massive enclosure for all these animals. But wouldn't it be kind of cool if the giraffes could kind of come over here and kind of just walk around like really, really close up to the monorail with the other animals over here? I think that would be pretty cool just to see them all kind of over here messing around in one big enclosure. And then over here, this is the latest area we've worked on. It's it's kind of like our shared lion and elephant pavilion over here. So you make your way up this ramp, and this is kind of what greets you. We've got the elephant and the lion statues, and this is like a look down into the lion's den over here through this piece of glass. And then you make your way under the tunnel to go out there to view from that way. But yeah, this is the lion's den over here. So this is our West African lions, brand new, fresh exhibit. We've got the little backstage area over there, and don't see any cubs yet, but these guys, they are definitely having some fun, and I think they are definitely enjoying their new exhibit. If you look back here, she's back here sleeping right now, so yeah, so you could be walking right up here and looking right down on them. So, oh, she's gonna get up. Yep. Uh-oh. So I thought that was really, really cool, just to have that, instead of just having just plain, just regular walk-by borders, we actually have another kind of wolf's den area, kind of peek into their little habitat there. So I thought that was really neat. So the lions encompass this area. Over here, we've just got like their little water area with put up like a little makeshift dam, like a little water blocking station. And so the next thing up, we've got to start on the elephants all out here. So this is going to be the elephant exhibit. And over here, I'm not sure. We were talking about maybe doing cheetahs. And then over here, we may block this area off from the East Asian area and do chimpanzees. We got a lot of stuff. We've still got a lot of options, a lot of things we can still, still get figured out. Then let's see, over here is once you leave the western lowland gorilla area, back here is our North American area. So this is our Ennis Mountain Trade Depot. So this is your first little shop. You kind of come by, and you kind of come by these big waterfalls, big rapids area, kind of as you're going through here. And once you make your way kind of past your little entrance waterfall area, you've come into the first habitat. So this is Waylon. He's our our Formosan black bear. That's his little exhibit in there. And then we've got a little restaurant over here off to your right. And we'll kind of pull back here a minute, and I'll show you. Yeah, there he is. This is Black Bear Trail right through here. And there's little Waylon laying by a pile of poop. That is his little stream area right here. It's kind of got like a little waterfall stream and a little pond. And back over here is like his little den. Excuse me. And then over here is the Greater Plains area, like our Buffalo Plains. Got the little bison over here and the antelopes. Pronghorn antelopes. And so that's their little, encompasses their little area. And we also have a little Jeep ride here, a little 4x4 ride that actually takes you down into the plains. So see over here, you can actually, you can get in the Jeeps right there, and they take you up into the plains, like they run you across this ridge line here, or you can walk back through here. And see, I've got it kind of elevated up above the path here, so you can kind of watch the trucks and all that. Let's see if I can get one coming up through here real quick. I'll show you. Here comes one. So yeah, see, they kind of brings you meanders along the cliff line up here. Then he'll bring you down the little ridge and actually into the plains. We've got a set of airlock gates here. So see, that opens you up, and then they bring you out here into the plains. And behind us here, their neighbor is the timber wolves. So we've got this little statue up here. I've been calling it like the Battle of the Plains statue, because if we flip around, over here is the wolf's den. So you can look right in on them right there. It's pretty cool. And then I also have this little, kind of like this little educational tunnel here. You can come in here, and I figured the little kids could get up on these rocks and kind of look up against the glass and kind of get a really good look into the den. And this is the back side of their little den area. And I've got them a little mountain out here, a little peak, and we've got them a stream as well. Got an electric fence up, and yeah, really, really fun creatures as well to kind of sit out here and watch and listen to and observe them, see who they're playing with, see who they're getting into it with. And that is our little wolf pack area. See, I've made the den like a little spine here, kind of separating the two sides. And then the last exhibit I have to show you is Henry, and he's actually boxed up right now. Let's unbox him. And this is Henry, our grizzly bear. And he's in here by himself right now. And this is his like little cave. That's his little den area. And we've got him a little pond, and he has his own little waterfall and stream. And actually, this is where you can come in at. If you make your way down here, see, you can actually see him swimming around. If you catch him in a swimming mood, there he is. Let's see if he actually comes down in here. No, maybe not this time. All of these creatures are really, really fun to watch. Just to see what they're getting into, what they're exploring. But yeah, that is Henry's area. So anyways, guys, yeah, I'm going to jump on out of here. There's your little overview for today. Excuse me. I'm a little down and out right now with the cold. But yeah, we will continue on with the elephant area probably here a little later on. So be on the lookout for that video. And I'm Stan Wolf. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.